Now, today's lesson is on estimating products. We have done estimating. This is one of estimating, this is one of the easier ones to worry about, to do. Okay? Now, they are going to talk about two different things. One is estimating to a greatest place. Okay? So with this, if you have and you are estimating, okay? This is where, before I told you, if you estimate and you round to one place, make sure you round the other one to the same place. This one's a little different because it's multiplication, okay? To where you are estimating to the greatest place. Well, the greatest place in this number is the 8, and in this number it's the 4. Correct? Does everyone understand that? The greatest place? In other words, you go to the far left, what's the biggest number there? Well, it's going to be an 800. It's not going to be the tens, it's not going to be the ones, and it's not going to be the tenths or the hundreds. In this one, there is no hundreds, but there is a tens place. The tens place is the greatest place. Okay? So now, I'm going to make this $800 times 40. Does everyone see that? Okay. Now that I got 800 times 40, let's go back to what we did in the last 2 days where you multiplied. But there were patterns to it. The first thing that you're supposed to do is multiply. There's a basic fact. Okay? Ariana, what is the basic fact that I'm wanting to multiply?
8 times 4.
Is what?
32.
32. Now, how many zeros do I have, Ariana?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is it.
Really? That was just it?
That's it.
Wait, so you're doing like if it's like a 10 and 100?
No.
Oh my gosh, this
No.
is so much easier than I thought.
And that's what I told you. This is so much easier. All that you are doing is you are going to the far place and figuring it out. Let me do another one.
No. What's clustering? What is clustering?
I'll get to that next.
Estimating somebody.
Megan, what are the greatest places here in this number that I got up?
6 and 7.
6 and a 7. They're both in the hundreds place, right? So over here, I'm going to write this as 600. Nope, I'm not. Since I have to round it, it should be 700. And since I have to round this, it should be 800. What's my basic fact, Megan?
7 times 8. Oh, I know this one.
Good job.
No, I know it.
56? How many zeros?
6. 4.
Right now, Megan is supposed to be answering. Okay? 4. And that's it. Up here, neither one of these rounded up. Down here, they both rounded up because the number behind it was greater. Yes?
So I was looking at the questions in the book, and when you round to, when
when there's a decimal number and a whole number, like, do you just multiply those regularly and just don't add zeros?
No,
Like the
you're
decimal?
rounding it to the greatest digit,
Yeah,
to the
like,
greatest place.
Number 12 is $6.88 and then times 5 cents. So like, would that be just 6 times?
Talking about numbers 9 through 12.
What's the greatest place in each one?
Well, the 6 and the 5, but like for the 5.
What's 6 times, but the 6 rounds to 7.
Yeah. And do you round and
No, but.
No, when it's a single digit, you leave it alone. That is the greatest place.
So you don't round.
No, you're not rounding it because it's one digit.
So you just do 7 times 5.
All of a sudden, yeah, you're doing 7 times 5.
Oh, okay.
Now, any questions over this?
For number 12, would it be 7 times 5 and then add the 2 zeros?
No, you're just, well, if you did, it would, but those 2 zeros, it's gonna be $35. You can either put it as 35 and a dollar sign, or you can put it as the dollar sign 35.00.
So the zeros show that or decimal.
Yes,
Is clustering?
I haven't got to clustering yet. That's the second part of this.
The harder part.
And clustering is very easy.
Sounds hard.
It sounds hard, it looks, oh my gosh, you got all these problems on it. But it's super simple.
They all round the same number.
Excuse me. Clustering. This is super easy. If you notice, there is a plus sign in between each one. I want to go over certain aspects of this so that you understand, okay? There is a plus sign in between each one. If you were to round these to the greatest number, to the greatest place, okay? What would this round to, Penelope?
That would round to 400.
Ethan, what does this round to?
That rounds to 400.
Allison, what does this round to?
400.
Megan, what does this one round to?
400.
Luke, what does this one round to?
400.
If they said 300.
And Luke, what does this one round to?
400.
Now,
400.
if you notice, in clustering, okay, they're all rounding to the same number. Okay, they all round to 400. The reason I put these numbers above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is because that's going to help you in figuring out the answer. Because if you have 6 of them, one of the definitions of multiplication is that it is repeated addition of the same one. Here you have 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. There are 6 of them. So then, if I put 6 times 400, Ryan, I'm back to the problem of finding out what is the basic math problem,
4 times 6.
which is
24 and then add 2 zeros, so it's 2,400.
correct.
That's easy.
Clustering,
Everybody be quiet.
clustering is very easy. Now that I've shown it to you, doesn't it take it from here and, oh, that's super simple. You just have to find out how many there are and what each one is rounding to the greatest place. With this, I could have anything from 350 to 449, and they would all round to 400, the greatest place. Okay? It could be the same thing with thousands. It could be the same thing with tens. Okay? As long as they all round to the same place, then you're back to the repeated addition, which is multiplication. Okay? Luke.
Yes. So on here, number 22 to number 25, it says estimate each expression. How do you do that?
Cluster them. If you look, they're all addition problems.
Yeah. And then you cluster those.
You're going to have to find out how much it is in the middle. And then on the outside of the parentheses, you times it by 3. So they're all going to round to 40 inside there.
Wait.
You add them all up, or you multiply it by how many there are, and then multiply it by the 3 from the outside, and that'll get your answer. Christian.
For number 25, is it like 6 times 16? And that answer times 2?
How many 16s are there?
6 times 2. 6 times 6.
So if you're rounding them all to 16,
16 times 6 times 6.
yep. Okay. Riley?
My question is, what for the answers on 13, 14, and 15, what you want us to do is you want us to times it by how many 400 there are.
Number 13,
Yeah,
each one of those is going to round to what?
30.
30. How many 30s are there?
9.
9. If there's 9 of them, 9 times, what's the basic math problem?
9 times 3.
9 times 3 is,
27, and add 1 0.
add 1 0, should be 270.
So that's what you want us to write down.
And see, that, once you, the reason for estimates is they're not wanting the exact answer. They're wanting about how much, okay? And so you would be doing that, that's how you're doing that, and you figured it all out in your head. We didn't use pencil or paper. I walked it through with you, you did it in your head. That's the purpose of the estimates. So if you have a business and each table in your restaurant is going to be spending about $40, and you've got 8 tables in your restaurant, in one sitting, we're going to say, which is each hour. Okay, so people sit down, they order, they get their food, their drinks, they get, they eat it, and they pay the bill, and they leave, all within 1 hour. Okay, you have 8 tables. Okay, they're all spending about $40. It could be 35 at this table, it could be 44 at this table, but they're all spending about $40. Okay, right there, you can figure out how much you're making in 1 hour. And if you're open for 7 hours, it would be 8 tables, 8
I got it.
times 7 times 40 to figure it out. And you're not gonna get the exact amount that you're making that day, but you're getting a rough estimate about how much you should be getting. Okay? And that's the purpose of estimating. That's one example of it. Luke?
When we write the answers, do we have to write the rounding problem?
All I want is a rounding problem written down.
Okay.
He doesn't
Then can
want
we
it.
do it on graph paper?
When you do it, basically, I want this written down.
Okay, can we do it on
Not
graph
this.
paper?
Huh?
Can we do it on graph paper?
You can do it on graph paper.
So for numbers,
Shh.
so for numbers 22 through 25, we just write the expression. Write an expression.
Yeah, we just
Yes.
We don't have to write equals 500
But you're having to change, go ahead and put the answer with those though, okay? Because you can figure it out, okay? All right,